Capturing the essence of an African safari adventure, this deluxe resort is one of Disney's most inspired creations that feels continents away from the Western world. But depending on your priorities, you may also feel continents away from some of the main attractions within Disney World. So is it meeting expectations? Hi, I'm the Frugal Brit. My mission is to review every hotel resort within Disney World and Orlando, and for this video, which was requested by Christina Loftus, I will provide a breakdown of the good and the not so good things about Disney's Animal Kingdom Lodge. And at the end, I've got some tips to help you get the best out of any vacation here. But before we get into that, I will outline the key features of this stunning resort. Don't forget to subscribe if you're interested in future Orlando vacation content. Alright then, so Disney's Animal Kingdom Lodge is a huge resort with over 1,000 rooms and villas located in Animal Kingdom Resort area, next to Animal Kingdom Theme Park, I should expect. So Animal Kingdom Lodge has two separate villages. You have the original Jambo House built in 2001, which is a horseshoe-shaped building. And then you also have the Kidani Village, built in 2009 over to the west side of the lodge, made up of Disney Vacation Club villas. It's about a 10-minute walk between the two. Both these areas, which are modelled after a traditional African village, have very similar amenities on offer, but they're scaled down a bit over in Kidani Village. But that's certainly not to say that it's an inferior part of the resort. As a Disney World resort, Animal Kingdom Lodge guests get to use its extensive bus transportation system, which takes you around all the main attractions. So with pricing, this is a deluxe Disney World resort, which puts it amongst iconic properties such as the Contemporary Resort and Disney's Polynesian Village. So it shouldn't be surprising to know that a vacation at Animal Kingdom Lodge is going to be quite expensive at $300 to $500 per night. But depending on what time of year you travel, and with some sales and discounts, you can see prices fall below $300 on occasion. If you're bringing a car with you, be sure to factor in the parking charge, which is currently $24 per night. The main attraction of this resort is, of course, the opportunity to view over 30 species of African wildlife, including animals such as zebras, giraffes, gazelles, flamingos, and many, many more within the 4 separate savannas. And these animals are viewable from the lobby, the hallways, and even the rooms if you upgrade to a savanna view room. On the east side of Jambo House, you have the Uzima pool surrounded by palm trees, and this provides towels and life jackets as you enter. And this features a zero entry section, a medium-sized water slide, a kids pool, a playground, and a few hot tubs tucked away in the foliage. Within this part of the resort, you can order drinks from the Uzuma Springs pool bar. Heading west over in Kidani Village, you have the Samawati Springs pool, which is slightly smaller but benefits from having a much better slide and a super cool interactive water play area called the Uwanja Camp, which is essential if you have any children in your group. And adults will get a kick out of this as well. Your activities are certainly not limited to the pool areas. So you have the Zahanti Massage and Fitness Centre, an arcade room, and Simba's Activity Centre. For your shopping needs, you have the gigantic Zawadi Marketplace in Jambo House, where you can pick some groceries, toiletries, and some really cool African-themed gifts. As you can see, Animal Kingdom Lodge is not in short supply when it comes to different activities on offer. Too many to mention here, but I'll provide a link in the description. The standard rooms are pretty standard fare, but they include a refrigerator, Keurig coffee maker, a safe, all infused with authentic African decor, and the vast majority of which have balconies. This resort features an all-you-can-eat buffet restaurant known as Boma, which contains both African and traditional American favourites. For your quick service needs, you have Mara, which serves grab-and-go options. For your fine dining needs, you have Jiko, the cooking place, which is the signature table service restaurant at this resort. To start the positives, I've got to talk about the phenomenal theming at Animal Kingdom Lodge. And this is communicated most impressively when you enter the Jambo House lobby, which I can safely say without exaggeration is truly breathtaking and one of the best experiences you'll get at this resort. No doubt the most dazzling lobby in Disney World. Animal Kingdom Lodge contains one of the largest collections of African art outside of Africa, which is prominently displayed throughout this lobby, including a colourful and dominating 16-foot sculpture. This resort has many cultural representatives around the resort, travelling from various African countries, and this adds a layer of authenticity to the African experience. The culturally rich theming presented by this resort is not a cartoon version of Africa, which you might reasonably expect from Disney. And whilst they do use their Lion King IP in places, this is done tastefully, with an appreciation that deluxe resort guests are generally seeking a culturally authentic experience. One of the most unique things about this resort is being able to wake up in the morning and viewing the animals with your morning coffee, an experience you just can't get at other resorts. And even if you do decide not to pay for the Savannah View upgrade, there's no shortage of places to view the animals. Moving on to the food at Animal Kingdom. This resort is very well rounded in terms of the food on offer, and as detailed earlier, you have 2 table service restaurants for each village, an all-you-can-eat buffet restaurant as well as a quick service restaurant. So there's something for everyone, which is not something you can say about other resorts in this price range, like Port Orleans French Quarter for instance. You could argue that Animal Kingdom Lodge has the best dining options in Disney World. Another area where this resort is arguably on top in Disney World is the huge list of recreational activities. Some of these are paid, but the majority are free. And it bears repeating that there's just too many to mention, but I did want to highlight the night vision animal viewing, the drum circle lessons, and of course learning about the animals from cultural experts. If you remove this resort away from Disney World and its theme parks, it can still hold its own as an incredible holiday destination. Before I start, I should highlight that this resort is very highly reviewed, and it compares really well with the likes of the Contemporary and the Polynesian in this regard, so please do keep this in mind for this section. Whilst we're on the subject of reviews, if you did want to review this video with a like or a dislike, it would be much appreciated. So yeah, despite the high reviews of this resort when compared to pretty much all the other Disney World resorts, Animal Kingdom Lodge feels the most isolated. Door to door, it'll take you around 45 minutes to get to Magic Kingdom, and there's no other Disney parks nearby within walking distance, not even the Animal Kingdom theme park, which is a shame. There's plenty to do within this deluxe Disney World resort, as mentioned earlier, but given that it is a deluxe, you're naturally going to have to compare it to the other deluxes on the monorail, such as the Contemporary, which is both walking distance and a short monorail ride away from the Magic Kingdom. At Animal Kingdom Lodge, you're pretty much reliant on the Disney bus transportation, rental car or taxis. If it's within your budget, there aren't many compelling reasons why you shouldn't pick Animal Kingdom Lodge, but the location is unfortunately one of them, and this is an area where expectations are not fully met. For balance, I should say that you can't really have it all. If this resort was built centrally, it just wouldn't really work mixing a sunset savannah with Disney World fireworks. So yeah, you're reliant on the bus transportation, which, it has to be said, is not great for a deluxe resort. Some people found it to be good, but many considered it to be inefficient and crowded when busy, especially for the buses to and from Magic Kingdom. No one wants to have to squeeze onto a bus without a seat, especially with young kids. Like I've said in previous videos, the frustrating bus transportation could be forgiven if it were not for the fact that they started charging resort guests $24 per night for parking. This is a huge sprawling resort, which is both a strength and a weakness. Depending on where your room is, the amount of walking does frustrate some guests. So the main attraction of this resort is the savannas, to enjoy the wildlife on display. But if you don't plan to hang around that resort for very long, you might actually struggle to see the animals at certain times, and you may end up questioning whether this was the right deluxe resort for you. But if you're patient and you have the time, chances are this won't be an issue. In terms of the rooms at Animal Kingdom Lodge, they're very much on par for a lower end deluxe resort. But from my online review analysis, I can safely say that the standard of housekeeping did not really match the price paid, which is kind of a common complaint with Disney World resorts. If you want your bed sheets changed, you're often going to need to ask for it. Also, there were some that felt like the bathrooms were not as big as they should be, and for the remaining rooms that are due to be renovated, the TVs are looking quite dated and small. My last bit of nitpicking is aimed at the pool area at Jambo House, which lacks some of the creativity that you'll find at other Disney World resorts, such as at Caribbean Beach. In particular, the slide isn't anything to write home about. Before I get onto my tips for this resort, allow me to summarise very briefly. Unless you plan to get the most of the on-site amenities at Animal Kingdom Lodge, it's probably not the best resort for you within this price range. But if you do, this culturally rich resort provides thematic excellence for those looking for a more unique experience within Disney World. Alright, so my first tip is for those staying in Jambo House. So if you're hoping to spend a lot of time at the pool, I'd recommend taking advantage of the pool over at Kidani Village. Whilst it is smaller, the theming and slide is better, and you also have the really cool water play area over there too. For room selection, as always, have a think about what it is that's most important to you. If you're worried about long walks to the lobby, be sure to highlight this with the reception. Also, it's a no-brainer to ask for a recently renovated room, as I understand that renovations are still ongoing and you don't want to miss out on this. And I'd also recommend asking for a room that doesn't have one of those annoying adjoining doors, as noise will travel between these rooms. With regard to a Savannah view room, I will controversially advise that you can still have a great vacation at this resort without paying the extra for this. I appreciate that this is budget dependent, but my advice is that it's not essential considering that there's just so many different places to view the animals. Well, that's it for this video. Thank you for watching. Be sure to check out my ranking of the top 10 best restaurants in Disney Springs, as well as my other Disney World resort reviews. And of course, if you're interested in future Disney vacation content, don't forget to subscribe.